The Nord Stream pipelines, which are enormous Russian-owned conduits that carry natural gas from Russia to Western Europe, have been breached. Vladimir Putin may be evil, they tell us that he is evil, but is he stupid? Probably isn't stupid. It is true that blowing up Nord Stream does not help Vladimir Putin. He would not do that. Why would he? I have to ask, could the Biden administration really do something like this? We can't say for sure. We don't know for sure. We know who probably didn't do it. Whatever you think of him, Vladimir Putin, he may be evil, but he's not stupid. So who did this? Well, we don't know. We do know it was just a few months ago that Joe Biden promised to, quote, bring an end to those pipelines. So based on the evidence, the likely suspect is not Vladimir Putin. Obviously. You can blame Putin for whatever you want, but he clearly didn't do this. If you suggest that the Daily Mail, which we love, but they just ran this headline, quote, what Putin could gain from blowing up the Nord Stream gas pipeline. What? The article noted that, quote, conspiracy theories abound. The conspiracy theory being if you suspect that maybe Putin didn't do it. You're crazy. Now, again, we can't say who did it. We're pretty sure who didn't do it. And telling us otherwise is just too insulting, actually. Save it for dumb people.
Today, Joe Biden once again accused Vladimir Putin of blowing up his own pipeline. Okay, don't listen to Putin. Should we then listen to Joe Biden? You see, the reason our leaders would make those threats is because Nord Stream 2 helps Putin. There's no reason for him to sacrifice his leverage over Europe by destroying his own pipeline. On the other hand, we all know who is capable of shutting down his own pipeline. That would be Joe Biden and the Keystone XL pipeline. Oh, by the way, our economy tanked. History has shown, in fact, that from Japan to Syria to Russia, sanctions don't deter, they provoke. And maybe that's the goal. It's the only way to achieve regime change in Russia, which is the stated goal of the Biden administration. Remember, Putin, quote, cannot remain in power. Joe Biden's words last March. And he means it. In April, Russia and Ukraine had a tentative agreement to end this war. Ukraine could have kept its territory. All they had to do was promise not to become a NATO member because NATO wants to remove Putin from power. But the Biden administration and the UK vetoed that deal. So, again, a critical question. Is this really about keeping Ukraine safe, or is it about regime change in Russia, even if that means starting a world war?
But other than Poland, no one in NATO is interested in going to war with Russia. If we persist on this line, we will see NATO dissolve and fragment.
Because they will assume, you're saying they will not follow Poland's lead, not stand together. I assume that's what you're saying, Colonel?
Of course, absolutely. No one wants to go to war with Russia other than the Poles and a few people in Washington, D.C.